seed beans are officially done. You can see one of the fields there, one of many that is now finished up. So got 2 50-acre fields left roughly, and I don't know, maybe 20 acres in patches, so about 120 acres of beans left after today, and we'll be done with beans. So should be able to finish that up pretty quick this week. I've got the bean head at the farm right now. I got a couple quick adjustments to make on it. There's a threaded rod that I'm going to replace. It's got adjustment to hold the auger up, basically. It keeps it from rubbing down on the bottom of the head, which it's been doing every now and then. Every now and then you'll hear it kind of grunt and rub, so I'm going to adjust on it a little bit, make sure it's not doing that anymore, and should pull into that next 50-acre field. I doubt I'll get it done today. It's already 3 o'clock, but pull into that next 50-acre field and at least get started on it today. So rolling right along at a speed faster than the speed of sound, or whatever they call it. So 17 mile an hour, setting some records out here. Of the 130 acres of seed beans that I had, 130, 140 acres, whatever it was, I think I took the head off about 12 times. So that tells you the size of the fields that they were in. All in all, after finishing the enlist beans, they made about 5 bushel less than the dicambas that I've been in, but I don't fault that to the enlist genetics necessarily, because they were in small fields surrounded by trees where the wildlife was eating on them and everything else. So that's not to say that they're worse beans than dicamba. I think they hung right in there with them, if not a little bit better. They were 80 bushel beans in several spots. They were just, I'm meeting a car. They were just not in as good of fields, basically. So I don't blame the genetics of those beans for yielding lower. It was more the fields that they were in. They were definitely cleaner than the dicamba that I've cut so far. But the good thing is now I don't have to worry near as much about, oh, this auger's still got corn in it, I can't use that. I've got to use one that's already got beans through it, and they've got to be seed beans, and got to flush everything out. Got to drop the return elevator and the clean grain elevator on the combine, flush them out. When you go to seed beans, there's a whole lot of cleaning out that you've got to do, just to make sure that they're not contaminated with any other seed, because when a company buys that specific variety of soybeans, that's all they want in it. No weed seed, no other varieties of soybeans, no corn, no nothing. They want it as pure as possible, so takes a lot of cleaning things out, but not too bad. Okay, to the engineer that designed the auger adjustment system on the Case 1020 flex heads, I have a bone to pick with you. That took way longer than it should have. There was a threaded rod that had broke, and to replace that took 2 hours. It shouldn't have been a simple, or it should have been a simple fix, but it was not a simple fix. So I'm just now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but just now pulling the head to the field, and it's in one piece again. So I was about that close to just pulling the trigger on a draper. I can't keep these 1020 heads together, and part of that is because the ground is really dry and really hard, and that's not good on them, but I just cannot keep these heads put together. It seems like the combine I haven't hardly had a single issue with in soybeans, but it just seems like every other day I'm working on this stupid bean head, and this is the second one I've had this year, so not real happy with them. They do a good job when they're holding together. I mean, it feeds good, it cuts good, it does what it's supposed to do. I don't have any complaints about that. I don't know, maybe I got a lemon, but I can't seem to keep one together. Well, I hope nobody wants down this road for a little bit, because they're out of luck. Got the ends opened up just enough to get everything in the field. He's got my head cart pulled in. He's pulling the cart in now, and I think we're gonna pull the grain truck up in here. So getting everything off the road, that's good. Getting the field opened up, didn't even make it quite all the way around. Only about half the way around, actually. I already got a full hopper, so cut a little patch and let him pull up beside me. Not bad beans. We are getting her whipped now. Piling them on, got the field all opened up, cutting it kind of in sections. It's kind of an odd shaped field, so cutting this little front piece off first. Shouldn't take very long. And then we'll get going on the rest of the field way back in there. All right, he made it. So we're getting these dumped. Probably cut a little bit more tonight. The truck's full right now. Obviously the cart's about to be, so I don't know how much more we're gonna get cut tonight. I'm afraid by the time I get back with the truck, they're gonna be a little bit chewy. Well, everything here is full, and we've got an auger to go set, but you can see these beans are fairly clean, but there's definitely some weeds out there. And I fought that all year with the dicambas, and I didn't have that in the enlist. So better yield or not, they're not near as clean. And I actually made an extra pass on these trying to keep them that way, which costs more money, and they're still not clean. So I don't know what to do about that. The big bin's full, the little bin's about to be. Little truck for a little bin. We'll fill this up probably in one field. They're not very big bins at all. Dumping away. All right, well, it's not even 11 o'clock yet, and I've already cut a full hopper of beans, so it's gonna be a good day today. Testing about 11% this morning, so not doing too bad. I'll take them. Beans are doing pretty good in this field. They're not the cleanest, but they're doing pretty good. Which the combine doesn't really mind the weeds out here, but it does mind beans that are doing as well as these are doing. He's rolling over here with the cart. Hopefully he gets there before I'm running them over the sides, but yeah, these beans are doing pretty dang good. Just a quick pit stop. I lost one of my crop dividers. These are poly ones from May West, and they work really good, except this one's really loose. I need to beat that thing down so they stay in there, which isn't May West's fault. I also need to pull this crap out of the bean head right here. It's in there tight, and this side of the head keeps wanting to shove stuff forward. And right here is why. It's keeping anything from floating freely into the head, causing issues. There we go. Got her loose. That's better. Anyhow, the crop dividers from May West are working a lot better. They're not real long where they knock stuff down, but you can see they hang down there, which I like because it keeps these kind of pointed up and kind of keeps things from pushing into the bean head, which is good. So yeah, like those a lot, pretty happy with them, and yeah, we're doing a good job. Well, the cart's full. And guess what? That's full too. Well, it looks like lunch is here. Wife's running a couple sandwiches out to me before she goes to work tonight. So that'll be a nice change of pace. I'm absolutely starving right now. Thank you. Well, she's not gonna stay because she's got to go to work, but I got sandwiches, so that's handy. I'm gonna let her get around me before I kick this on and dust her out at least. Okay, she's taking her time. We're just gonna go for it. These beans aren't cutting too bad. Sore subject is that I wasted about 2 hours getting the semi empty. A buddy of mine had corn in it. It was a split load. Half the corn was mine, half the corn was his. And long story short, I told him I'd take it to the elevator, which was fine. I didn't mind doing that. Half of it was mine after all. However, I get to the elevator and they were having maintenance issues, so I sat there and sat there and sat there waiting to get the truck dumped, and what should have taken 15 minutes took almost 2 hours. So I am just now getting back in the bean field. I'll definitely finish this field tonight if I don't have any issues, but that definitely screwed me on time today. I got the semi full, dumping the last little bit of this hopper onto the cart, just what was left of it. And the beans are 12.2, so they're just about right today. Pretty happy with that. Guess what's full? And guess who doesn't have somebody to drive a grain cart? Walking back around the woods. Go try and find something empty to dump on. Bring it over here. You know when people say over the river and through the woods? Yep, that'd be me right now. All right, that held me. Oh, fun times. Well, I found some stuff. Semi looks like it's probably full, so I guess we'll go for the Steiger in the cart. Still moving along. Got a little bit done out there. Got a little bit left to go. Knocked out about 40 acres so far today. So not too bad for the little elevator experience I had earlier. Pretty good beans, but there's some places out here, especially up here on top of the hill, for some reason that the deer have really been bedding down in them, wallering them down, so that's bringing the average down a little bit. Spots like that right there, I don't know if you can see it or not, but quite a few spots. There's definitely some deer in these woods, but it is deer season, so hopefully they get thinned out a little bit this year. But never hurts to thin the herd a little bit, especially when they're this thick and I'm seeing this much damage, but they've got to eat too, so can't complain too much. Still making fairly decent beans. Well, guess what? Everything's full again. The semi, the cart, and the combine. So we're gonna drive a full cart back to the full semi so we can make it an empty semi so we can get everything full again. The main goal is to get all the grain bins full and everything else empty. But we're working on it, slowly but surely. On second thought, I may have got the cart just a little bit too full. Hopefully I don't run any over the sides, but it's rather full right now. One thing I do like about this tractor, especially on the cart, is you can drive fairly fast across the field. It's got enough tires on it that it does ride fairly smooth, as long as you're not crossing a bunch of ditches and dips, which I don't know of any tractor that crosses those nice and smooth. Like a good grain cart driver, we're gonna knock down the beans that the really crappy combine driver left. There's more of them standing up right there. Apparently whoever's running the combine needs fired. Like those. So the truck's full, and the cart is also full, so we're gonna take that and go get it unfull. Looks like the big boys are rolling. John Deere quad tracks and S690s. There's 3 or 4 combines out there and 3 or 4 carts out there. I'd say they can do a couple more acres than I can in a day. Dumping. Getting them unloaded. I feel this has been pretty quick today, especially with everything that's full right now. There you have it. All the seed bean tags are on the bin. We're good to go. Another one locked up and filled up. Dumping. Filling semi number 2 for the day. I've got 2 straight truck loads out of here already. 2 semis, should have about 1.5 more hopefully, so beans aren't doing too bad. Okay, we are back and ready to party again. Knock the rest of this field out. I'd say that's a full cart again. Don't have much left out here. Should all fit on the semi and the grain cart. What's left of it. Well, there's another field down. So I am down to 3, 4, 5 fields on 3 different farms of beans left, but all in all easily under probably 80 acres, probably under 70. Finished with a very, very, very full hopper. I was about to run it over, I'm pretty sure. So the cart's full, the combine's full, the semi's half full, so the cart will fit on it. We'll dump the combine on the cart and get moving on to the next field tonight. I really need to clean my windows, but we got a nice clean full hopper to finish the field, so can't complain about that. Feels good to be almost done with beans. I'm ready to be completely done with them and on to corn for good. And I'm thinking about putting wheat out here, but I'm not sure yet. I've never really grown wheat before, but it's over $6 right now and it's caught my attention, so I'm thinking about it. Well, that thing's officially dirty. Gonna go grab the head cart, drop the head off of that thing, and get moving to the next one. I guess it's time to head out of here. Got her dropped, got her unhooked, back away, make sure we're not ripping any hoses out. Not that I'd ever do that, but it's been done this year. I guess we'll take the combine to the farm real quick. All right, well, we are strapped, and trust me, it's in more ways than one. This is a conservative state. Ready to get this girl in road gear and get out of here. I am gonna have to put some fuel in it. but that's okay because the farm is between here and the next field, so probably gonna want some of that to finish up beans. I was sitting here wishing this thing went faster, and then I hit a bump and the thing got real squirrely, and I understand why they don't go faster now. When it steers from the rear, it gets a little iffy after you hit a bump or two. Okay, so we are fueled up and on to the next one. Don't have very much left at all. I'd say 67, no, that's a lie. I got 70 or 80 acres left. I don't know exactly because I've got a field that's half done. Otherwise I'd know exactly what I'd have left, but pretty much all but done. So then got about 200 acres of corn to go still. Well, I got dumped off from the road and over the river and through the woods we go. And what do you know? There's a grain cart sitting there. So that worked out good. The combine in the head cart with the head on it should be at the next field. I'm gonna dump this on the semi, go take the semi, dump it, take it up there, hook onto the head cart and get started on that other field tonight. See how much we can knock out. One might say we could use the rain. You can't really see much back there. We could definitely use a rain, but I want it to wait another day so I can finish up soybeans. I climbed up here because I thought something looked a little funny. It was. But whatever, they're still going in the grain bin, so I'm not going to worry about it. There's a lot of heat coming out of these beans. They may be wetter than I thought they were. So, as long as there's not a whole lot of moisture tonight, I'm going to let the fan run overnight and suck some cold air in this bin, get some of the heat and humidity out of it. All right, we're working on the night moves tonight. These are pretty good beans up here so far. A little bit better than the last field. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. They're not cutting tough yet. I'm running the reel a little fast. Actually, I'm going to slow that down just a hair. Just a hair more. It always looks like it's turning faster at night for some reason. I don't know. Just your eyes playing tricks on you or shadows or what, but shut my monitor up here. I tell you what, these case monitors, whether it's these old school ones or the Pro 700s, Pro 600s, they just beep, 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 beep all the time, acting like something's wrong, even if it's not. This reel's wanting to give me fits. Sometimes the reel, I don't know if you can tell, but it'll speed up, slow down real quick. And it's annoying as all get out. But really, I mean, I'm going 2.5 miles an hour. I'm not really pushing it right now. But beans are making about 80 bushel where I'm sitting right now too, so I mean, I'm not going slow by any means. I'm going slower than I normally would in the daylight, but they're not really getting tough yet, so we'll see how many we can get cut tonight. Well, I'm all right with that. That's pretty good beans. And it's like almost 10 o'clock and they're not cutting tough yet. I'm still going 3 miles an hour. They're dry and they're cutting really, really good. I'll take them. I can't really see behind the head whatsoever right now, so I'm assuming that we're cutting all the beans. I can't really see what kind of job I'm doing out there. But they're still rolling in, so I guess everything's still good out there. It's just pretty dusty. going about 3 mile an hour, just under it right now. They're not getting tough yet, so I'm gonna cut until I fill the semi, which I think this hopper will do that. So grain cart should be here by now, but I'm not sure where he's at. Well, it's about 10:30, and I would say this is a pretty good spot to stop. This field was 13 acres and yielded fairly well. Yeah, I'll take that. The cart's here. You can see his blinding lights over there that he's shining right at me. And the semi is pretty much full. So to fill a semi on 13 acres, pretty good beans. Real good beans. Full semi, filling a cart. Life is good. No more it is what it is because what it is today is a good freaking day. It was a productive day, got a lot of beans cut. They were good beans. Pretty happy with that. There's beans piling up on the cart already, so I'll take today as a win. And I was definitely had a good day coming after the streak of not so great days that I've had. But for a field average, I'll take 78 all day long. That's some of the best beans I've cut all year. We're calling it a night.